Vinland Saga just keep on raising the bar. Season 2 episode 18, The First Method, was another great episode. A very different tone from what we had in episode 17. It has one of the most brutal scenes I've seen in anime and was really very hard to watch through. How did the seemingly kind-hearted man we know just snapped and turned into the ugliest piece of shit? We need to trace back and dig deeper into Ketil's character. Early in the series, we see Ketil being a rational and kind man. He was not among the slave buyers who intend to harm or abuse other people, but was more like hiring slaves to work on his farm. Despite slavery being a norm at this time, he doesn't seem to conform with this practice. We see him work hard on his farm together with slaves and retainers alike. He tries to treat his slaves fairly, even offering them freedom in exchange of labor and profits they produce from his farm. Thank God such a master exists at this time period, or so I thought. As the series progresses, we see different layers of Ketil's character. While he doesn't take pride in terms of being a Viking, he does take pride of owning and cultivating his farm. However, we see him being mentally weak based on how he carried himself dealing with the kids who stole from his farm. With pressure from people around him and not really knowing how to deal with the situation without losing face, he gave in to violence and beat the kid. To cover his weaknesses, he hides from this fake personality of being the Iron Fist Ketil, while cowardly seeking comfort from his favorite slave, Arnheid, whom he loved and trusts so deeply. These flaws makes me think Ketil to be a weak leader who doesn't deserve to own and manage anything as huge as his farm. Just like his son Olmar, who was full of pride without any understanding of his own talent, Ketil pushed through on expanding his land without any real plan on how to manage it. No contingencies planned in case things go south. Instead, he was blindly relying on giving sort of bribe to the previous King Harald. He doesn't have any real ability to lead his people other than putting up a fake front and relying on his authority of being the master. And so, with so much pressure and so much shit happening around him, we see Ketil being a weak-minded fool crumble as he lost grasp of everything. Resorting to nonsense violence, he let his team off by flogging a poor woman who doesn't even have the strength to put up a fight. I can associate his character to an abusive husband who can be really very sweet and caring when dating a woman, but suddenly turning into a monster when things don't go his way. These type of people values too much their ego and pride over anything, even if it means hurting people they love, losing track of what's really important to them. While I understand the events that pushed him to flip this way, what he did is definitely not acceptable. At the end of the day, did hurting Arnheid solve his problems? Did hurting her made him feel better of himself? Not really. The old masters of Virkil once said that gaining too much wealth makes you worried to lose such wealth, and so you need to earn more in order to protect them. I think there is some truth in this. I would say it's okay to earn more, but you'd have to have the equivalent talent and skill to manage all the responsibilities that comes with it. You'll also never know what life throws at you, so you'll have to be resilient enough to overcome anything that comes your way without losing focus on your goals and what matters most in life. Wealth is at the end of the day just a means to an end. It shouldn't be a reason for anyone to throw their core values, their principles just to save and preserve wealth itself. There are far more important things in life, like your family, your loved ones, than wealth. In this episode, we also see Thorfinn reflecting on his actions. Even I myself don't have any idea as well what was the best course of action to take given that situation, but it's good to see him evaluating his previous decisions. In life, we can't really change the past, but what's important is we learn from them. This is a very important experience that Thorfinn needed to form more firmly his resolve, a hard lesson he needs to learn as he moves forward. I also like in this episode that they didn't really focus anymore the long-awaited reunion of Leif and Thorfinn. I think it fits the tone of the story. At this point, it's not really a big deal given that there are far more important things to tackle. This is really a great episode and reminding me of why I love watching anime. The life lessons I learned are just golden. Well, that's it for me. As always, I look forward to the next episode. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to this channel as that helps me a lot. Hit that notification bell so you get updates when I upload new videos. See ya!